everybody? Texas King Pig here again. This time I got two of my buddies here with me. CryptiC CyinC, you know him before from the Pro Wrestling Crates, and SantiBabie back again from Gears of War and Dragon Ball episodes. This time we're going over the Avengers. We're going to review the movie and show you what kind of memorabilia we got here. So definitely spoilers ahead because it's going to be a movie review and our opinions. Guys, we've all seen Avengers, of course, obviously. We're here to discuss it. What do y'all think about it? CyinC, you want to go first?
This is epic. Good stuff coming through. A little disappointing without X-Men, but what are you going to do? Logan was good enough to hold up for the X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men definitely does good in their own right, for sure. Santi?
Oh, it's glorious. The movie was great. If you're a fan of one Marvel character, definitely the movie to go to because he will probably more than likely be in there. Like Spider-Man finally got the rights to that guy, so he's in there.
Yeah.
Spider-Man fans.
It's definitely awesome the way these characters have progressed, and even some of the new ones like Spider-Man, who's just had I guess in Civil War and Homecoming have been like his only appearances so far. But he fits right in, and it's really cool to see him. You're right, we didn't have X-Men in there, but the cool thing is we did have Guardians of the Galaxy meet up with the Avengers for the first time and actually face off with them for a little bit, and that was interesting. And so, yeah, a lot more fighting, a lot less talking. Yeah, and just action-packed movie. Not exactly what you'd expect, especially if you don't know already. Like I'm familiar with the Marvel characters. I'm not necessarily familiar with every Marvel arc, so I don't exactly know what is going to happen next, kind of thing when I go to watch some movies, kind of thing, because you don't know if they're going to go by the comic book line anyway and do the same arc, but some of the people that do know the comic books, they have a pretty good idea, like, oh, this is going to happen or that's going to happen, and so, a little bit bleak ending, and that, took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
And it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a change up. It felt, I was saying it felt a little bit like Empire Strikes Back,
Mm-hmm.
You kind of leave with like the good guys feeling defeated and stuff like that. And so I thought that was pretty cool for, to end the movie like that and get you, pumped and ready for the next one. Yeah.
And it's kind of good too because you don't have that disappointment of something being left out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always the next movie to bring it forward. Anything that you think, who knows what X-Men, could show up at the end, or even just mention kind of thing. And a lot of that I think is like the rights and all that's in a perfect world, everybody would lend everybody the rights and you could have a just awesome movie.
Oh yeah.
But it was still like star-studded packed cast. It's got to be hard to get all the, even though it's making
expensive
hand over fist money, it's got to be hard to get all those schedules to like of all these all-stars together to do this one movie. And so just to think of like how many all-stars are involved in X-Men, just to add to that would just be like, oh my gosh. And it'd be like, which I wouldn't be mad at this, but like a 3-hour movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, hey, bring it on. That's cool with me. But I know that that's not necessarily practical all the time. And this one was still like 2.5 hours with, like we said, action-packed.
Oh, yeah.
And only like the talking really being around the Guardians of the Galaxy characters.
But at the end of that, you still kind of feel like, I could have sat through more.
Yeah.
I wanted more.
Expected more.
For sure. I still sat through all those credits just to see the last little clip.
Oh, yeah.
What's with that? I thought the last few movies they put it in before the credits, so you didn't have to do that anymore.
But normally they do like two. That one right there, and then they do one at the very. There's always one at the end.
Yeah.
It's just most people see that first one. It's like, okay,
yeah,
I'm not gonna stay through the rest of this.
It is rough staying like that extra like 10 minutes.
Definitely thought about leaving.
Yeah, it's like but with that movie being so bleak, I feel like oh, we want to see.
Oh yeah.
And then and that's another thing about like not being in the know with the comic books. You see it, and I'm just like, okay. Nick
Yeah.
Fury has a beeper? You know, it's like, I don't know what he just did.
2018, he
Yeah.
had a beeper.
The funniest thing to me was like hearing Samuel Jackson start to say the MF word, you know, like, which is like his trademark. They're like, oh, they even put it in Disney-owned Marvel Avengers, you know, like he was about to say it. Too funny, but yeah, definitely was cool on that aspect. You know, we better start opening some of these while we're talking about it, or else it's going to be a long show.
This is probably a good point.
Yeah, so I have some of these pops already in not the Avengers form. You know, like I have an Iron Man already, I have a Spider-Man already, but these are the ones from Infinity War that we're pulling out, and cool. Freaking Iron Man here, he's flying, he's got the jets going out of his, he's got it going out of one of his boots, and blasting, looking real cool and sharp. So that's a cool one for that. Another one that's like was misleading.
Deceiving.
Yeah, I'm very
disappointed.
I picked this up before, and actually, can I get the box cutter out of here? I didn't see that this one had some tape on it. Got this before we went and saw the movie, and so it's Hulk busting out of the Hulkbuster. And if you watch the movie, he's in the Hulkbuster and like having a great time fighting all these guys, but Hulk never busts out of it like that. Yeah, you keep thinking like, and he keeps trying to call him forward, like, you know, come on, I need you now, Hulk. And he got his butt whooped at the beginning by Thanos, and was just like too scared to come out again. Or that was my interpretation of it. What did you think?
I mean, that was my interpretation as well. But I mean, later on, when you actually realize it, then it kind of gives Banner like his character. Like, it just don't rely on the Hulk for your problems.
Right.
So they let him fight it himself instead of being like, oh no. Like in the comics, yeah, he's like a little wimpy, scared guy. But in this, I think they're trying to establish that Banner can hold his own. Which, I mean, he had the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and that is cool. In a sense, like one, I hadn't thought of it like that, you know, and so that's cool. In theory, that like, oh yeah, let Banner, you know, he needs to solve his own problems, you know, kind of thing.
He's our hero.
That's what you got to do. Yeah, that's the hero's way.
Yeah.
Don't rely on the Hulk. That's a really cool way to look at it. The way I look at that is like, hey, Hollywood is banking on what's his name? What's the name of the guy who plays Bruce Banner? Mark Ruffalo. They're banking on Mark Ruffalo's pretty face. So they don't want CGI Hulk green ugly face all movie. They want as much of Mark Ruffalo as possible. And that's what drives me crazy. Like, I love Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. But because it's Robert Downey Jr., we gotta see his face looking at LEDs how many times in the movie?
Yeah.
Where is it interesting? Who said it was gonna be interesting to see a guy just looking around? Like, Jarvis, what's happening? Jarvis, I'm looking at LEDs. You know, and Don Cheadle also, Tony, what's going on? Like, dude, we're here to look at him. He's in the mask. Let's see the third person.
Yeah.
We don't need to see his
see
face.
that suit.
Yeah,
Nano suit.
He can still be talking. We can hear him and we'll get the same effect. But let's see him fly around. I don't need to see his face up close on a freaking huge screen.
They paid him for the face, though.
Exactly,
not CGI.
exactly. And I'm like, guys, if you want him to be Tony Stark, just make him be Tony Stark. When he's Iron Man, I want to see the Iron Man mask. I don't want to see Tony Stark's face looking at LEDs. I mean, it's crazy, and I think that's what it is with Mark Ruffalo and the Hulkbuster and all that. Like, they want Mark Ruffalo's face, you know. And it happens, and it's not just Avengers. It's every movie that it has a guy with a mask, you know. Maybe Deadpool is probably like the best thing that's going the opposite way, because they made Ryan Reynolds look ugly as sin, you know, as Deadpool.
They kind of did it with Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah.
Because they couldn't do that.
Yeah, everybody's got to take it off. Deadshot, you know, in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Rare, you know, like only when they're gonna get into some action, he'll like maybe put on his mask. We got what's his name in hockey stick guy in Ninja Turtles. They used Arrow.
I don't know the guy's name. Character isn't it like
Casey
Jones?
Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Like he wears the hockey mask at the very beginning and never again. You know, and it's just like that's his thing.
Yeah.
Like no. We paid for Stephen Amell's face. So we don't want hockey mask. We want Stephen Amell's face. Like, can we get a nobody so we can have hockey mask, please?
That same thing though is like in the old one he was in there, but he didn't wear the hockey mask either, right?
He wore it a few times. Yeah,
Like,
he had the
more,
comic
but...
book or the cartoon one too, or just general one.
Yeah.
But, here we got Groot, or son of the former Groot, I should say, with a nice little blaster for his thing.
Yeah.
Stand up. So they kind of like made him like a bratty teenager on video games the whole time. That's pretty funny, but kind of annoying at the same time. But what can you do?
He didn't do much besides help Thor.
That's a lot. I mean, that weapon was pretty big.
It was a big moment, but still.
Yeah.
It was a whiny teenager.
Yeah.
You got Spider-Man here.
Iron Spider. Man, he's actually like polished.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's like, do they all come like that?
Well, it's because he's in the Iron Spider-Man suit. You know, so like that's the iron version of him. You know.
So it's just be metal.
Yeah.
Nanite.
Like it's when he's up in leaving the
Atmosphere about to fall down.
Yeah.
Gets caught.
So that's why he's all polished up like that.
I like seeing that suit in theatric version.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it was just red and gold in the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
I like that in the comic book color.
Yeah, it was awesome in the comic book. It's alright that it keeps it kind of traditional colors for this movie, but red and gold.
And then
it's Iron Man's suit. So.
Yeah.
I like how they made his 4 extra legs come out too.
Yeah.
That was
pretty
cool.
I was wondering if they were gonna do that.
I was scared because they showed it for a while without it. You know, he was
Yeah.
just in the suit for a while, and then like all of a sudden,
They
It
pop
gets
out.
sucked into space. No, I'm not.
it's almost on reflex. It's like he didn't even know they were there. Like, that's cool.
Smart suit.
And that's how like I feel like all of them seem to come about their powers. You know, like it's instinct and reflex first, and then they have to kind of tap into their subconscious and learn how to harness that. You know.
Yeah.
We got good old Captain America Steve Rogers, little renegade rebel. I guess I don't really know what to define him as.
Yeah.
But his star is blacked out. I guess I don't know if that was like a little hint to he's no longer the hero.
Yeah, blacked out star. He's got a beard now.
Yeah.
Rebellious.
Yeah. Another cool thing with this is like even this Hulkbuster is a little bobblehead.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool. And they are awesome and heavy.
Yeah, a lot of detail. And then I brought this Hulkbuster. I picked him up with the last Avengers. This is the Collector Core exclusive. No longer have the contract with Funko, so that was pretty rare. We're going to leave that one closed. But that was pretty nice.
An Age of Ultron one, right?
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
And then you got I got up front the comic Marvel Legends Hulkbuster with Tony Stark actually in it. Picked that up when I was a child. I don't really know what the difference is now.
Nice.
It's on a nice little glider. He's pretty heavy too, so.
Yes, not a new fan. He's been a fan.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, we're just catching up.
Winning!
Yeah, right.
That's cool. Here we got Ebony Man, which is Thanos' henchman.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way he went out was kind of messed up. He's all like Doctor Strange a little bit, like more strong, but yeah, the way he went out was kind of like.
Which was like what, sucked into space?
Yeah, you ever see that really old movie, Star Wars?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Shoot a hole in it, and that's when Spider-Man's legs come out, or arms.
Yeah. So we got 2 Thanos here also, but one of them's the Walmart exclusive, so we're gonna leave that one boxed up and then go ahead and open this one.
The 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah.
3.
This one, these are my 2. This one is Santi's right here.
Because it's from good old Hot Topic. They're gonna lie to you. They have them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna open that bad boy up. It's on a nice little throne. He has all his armor too. I was expecting them not to even show him in his armor except for flashbacks, but they ended up having his armor pretty much the whole time until he, or not the whole time, excuse me. At the very beginning when he was getting the stones, it wasn't until after he got, spoiler alert, got it from Loki, and then he put it on, and then got the stone, and then took off his helmet. He's on his nice little throne. I believe that's a homage from the first Avengers when Loki went to talk to him. So he's on his throne there, thrusters and everything on it.
That is very cool.
And he's a bauble.
Yeah.
They still got to be a bauble. That's awesome. That's one of the coolest, I would say, Funkos that I've seen so far. Just on the throne, bobblehead also.
Big old bobblehead.
Yeah, like this is an epic one. I feel like. I mean, and these two are, like these Hulkbusters are epic, in 6-inch version. But I really like this one. I guess, of course, they have more of these, like. I have the Game of Thrones Daenerys on like one of the thrones, kind of thing. And so like there's other like big seated ones of Funkos like this, but this is definitely one of the best ones. So these are some of the Funkos that we got so far. Right now, I think we're going to take a hard cut because we got a couple more things to show you, but they're big items. And so we're going to be right back with that stuff. All right, we're back and we got a few more pieces of memorabilia here that we wanted to break out. Kind of big, so we didn't want to be shuffling in front of the camera, but definitely got the Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers. We got Thor's hammer, which isn't from Avengers because if you watched it, it got broken already, and he forges a new one. But let's check this stuff. And I got a Red Hulk that I got from GameStop that I've been waiting to break out. And I don't really know Red Hulk's story. It's not about to come up in Infinity War or anything like that. And so I just wanted to show off this Red Hulk statue that I got from GameStop, and so I could put it out on display also, and show you all this other stuff along with those Funko Pops. So first off, let's clear off some of these boxes. We got the Gauntlet right here, and it's got all the Infinity Stones in it. It probably, I didn't read the box on this one. Does it light up?
Probably.
Yeah.
It lights up.
It lights up along with Thor's hammer here. But, if you open as much stuff as we do, and if you buy batteries for all of it, like, it's just going to go on display.
Oh, yeah.
And those batteries are going to end up, like, getting all nasty inside. And so, like, while as cool as that is, we'll like do it one time.
Walk down Austin.
Yeah. And like we're not gonna like hold on to this forever and like, oh yeah, like this is my new prop, So I'm just gonna put it on display, and cool that they put lights in here for the stones and everything. Same with this, but I'm probably not gonna take the time to buy batteries and have it on display all the time like that. The lamps are enough electricity, and so like you gotta unscrew all these and stuff like that. So here's the Infinity Gauntlet. It's got like places inside for you to make, run the fingers. The thumb is a little bit hard. You gotta have like a long thumb.
Nice loops.
Yeah, to do it. But yeah, you could definitely flip somebody a big old golden bird if you want to. So we got that. We got this. I'm definitely worthy of ruling anywhere I want, so I can pick this up. That was a great part in, was it in
Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron, when everybody is like chilling out and they all get all like, everybody's drinking, who can pick up Thor's hammer, and my favorite part is when like Captain grabs it and it budges a little bit. Yeah, it just budges just that little bit, and immediately like Thor's face is like, like gets real serious.
That's not supposed to happen.
Like, whoa, what the heck?
Put it down, stop it.
Yeah, and like, Captain eventually gives up, and he's like, couldn't.
Not worthy.
Yeah, not worthy. But yeah, and I know you got one more back there as well while I'm trying to open up this Red Hulk. If you want to bust that out.
Doctor Strange. Big part in Infinity Wars.
Yeah, that was definitely cool.
We got a Iron Man icon.
That's awesome.
It takes a lot for a child not to open this.
Yeah, I'm sure. So when did you get that icon one?
Dude, I don't even remember. I remember seeing it and CryptiC's brother was like, "Hey, you gotta go get that." I was like, "Okay, Ma, go to Walmart." Go and pick it up, and then yeah, we got it. Did you get that box there?
Yeah, right here. Awesome. And like speaking of Doctor Strange, like I like the Doctor Strange movie, but I really liked him a lot more in Infinity War than I did in his own movie.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know why. Like maybe because he was like the doctor that had to learn how to become
It's
the
that
sorcerer.
backstory movie.
Yeah.
And he's going to Infinity War, and he's already got it. He's got all the confidence. So
Right. And I didn't know his backstory though, but I guess no backstory is really fun to hear most of the time, you know?
Yeah. It's held back most of the other movies.
Right. Yeah, how many Spider-Man backstories have we had?
Right?
I think everybody knows how Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man.
Here he is. The
That's
doctor
awesome.
is in.
Yeah.
The details on these guys are good.
His cape,
Yeah.
really funny in Infinity War and plays like a vital role.
Right?
I love how he just tells it, you know, wrap around the gauntlet. Don't
Don't let him
his-
close it.
Yeah, don't let it close his hand, you know.
Yeah.
And so that was
Like
awesome.
a magic carpet from something.
Yeah. I thought you were totally ripping off Aladdin.
Yeah.
Who came first, Aladdin or the Strange?
Best guess?
Doctor Strange, I'm
I
sure.
don't know, cause like
Well-
Knights of Agrabah.
Oh, right. But is that the same as, like, you know, like Aladdin and the 40 Thieves, the old stories? Like, did he have a magic carpet in that? And, like, a little monkey, you know, like, they might just be using the Aladdin name and then, like, adding all this extra stuff in there to make it Disney.
Yeah.
But, there you go, and you got old Robert Downey's face, you know, making the money off the face. They don't want to shut, you know, oh, we can't have the Iron Man mask.
Right.
So we
toy.
can.
Yeah, not even the toy dog.
Hey,
He's got it.
Let us please, good old Texas King Pig here. Get it on there.
Yeah, like, I don't want to see the actor's face.
Out of the world.
Luckily, they didn't do that so much with like Batman, you know.
Mhm.
There you go.
But yeah,
Well, it's like
very
people
cool.
who don't have masks. It's not like they're up close on their face all the time.
Right,
Well, I mean, they did it with Cap.
right. Captain doesn't wear a mask.
He wore the helmet for the first movie and then like never wore it again.
And
Oh no,
that-
actually he wore it in Age of or the first Avengers.
he like
He
puts
wore
it
that
on.
jumpsuit. It
Yeah.
was so garbage. So much garbage.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, but excuse me, Infinity War, awesome movie, good ending, a lot of stuff happening. It's action packed. I thought it was awesome. You should go out and see it for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, if like the records that it's breaking isn't enough to tell
I'd pay
you.
to see it again.
Yeah, I definitely had people that were repeat watchers on
Oh,
the
yeah.
first weekend.
Gonna go find them Easter eggs.
Yeah, exactly. So, anything else to wrap up this episode of these guys? We got a lot of memorabilia here.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's a machine. So, like, if you like these guys, there's something for you to buy.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's it for us. I think this time. That's SantiBabie. This is CryptiC CyinC. I'm Texas King Pig, and we'll catch y'all next time.